The old woman at the bus stop tells you about her garden while you wait together in the rain, not because you asked, because something in your eyes looked tired. She describes her tomatoes growing slowly, how she talks to them each morning. Her voice is soft, like warm tea. You find yourself breathing deeper. The bus arrives, but the tiredness has lifted slightly. Her small story about patient tomatoes stays with you longer than important conversations. Your grandfather never gave advice. He told stories instead. When you were scared about changing schools, he talked about the time he moved to a new city with one suitcase. When you failed something important, he described the bakery that burned down and became the best cafe in town. His stories never had obvious lessons. They just sat quietly in your mind, glowing like candles in dark windows, showing you paths you had not seen before. There is a notebook you keep beside your bed, not for big thoughts, for small moments. The way morning light made the kitchen table look like honey. The stranger who helped you carry groceries and said, "Everyone needs help sometimes." The child who showed you their drawing and explained that trees have feelings too. These small stories become mirrors. They show you parts of yourself you forgot existed. The librarian knows you prefer quiet corners. She never asks what brings you there on difficult afternoons. She just nods and sometimes leaves a book on your usual table. Stories about people finding their way through fog, characters who learn to breathe underwater, ordinary heroes who save themselves slowly. You read these stories and feel less alone. Someone, somewhere, understood enough to write this. Your friend calls at midnight, voice shaking. You do not offer solutions. You tell her about the time you sat on your bathroom floor and counted tiles, because counting felt better than crying. You share how the morning came anyway, how coffee tasted like hope. Your story becomes a bridge. She crosses it slowly, word by word. The coffee shop has a wall where people leave notes, anonymous messages written on napkins. Someone wrote that they forgave their father yesterday. Another says they ate breakfast for the first time in weeks. Small victories, quiet celebrations. You read them while waiting for your order. These strangers' words become companions. Their stories remind you that everyone is climbing their own mountain. Words arrived when you needed them most, not always from people you knew. The podcast voice talking about courage while you walked through fear. The song lyric that explained your heart better than you could. The graffiti under the bridge that said broken things grow stronger. Small messages delivered through unexpected voices. Your mother saved every card you wrote her, even the angry ones, especially those. Years later, she shows you the box. You read your own words from different ages. The 5-year-old who loved everything, the teenager who loved nothing, the young adult learning to love again. Your own story, told through fragments, teaches you about circles, about returning. The elderly neighbor shares stories, not the kind with battles, the kind where strangers shared bread, where enemies helped each other home. He speaks slowly, choosing words carefully. Each story carries weight, but also lightness. You start leaving notes for yourself, on the bathroom mirror, in your wallet. Inside books you will read again, simple words. Remember to breathe. This feeling will pass. You have survived everything so far. These messages from past you to future you become time travel. They prove that someone believes in your tomorrow. That someone is you. The child you babysit tells elaborate stories about invisible friends, dragons who are scared of flying, princesses who prefer reading to being rescued. Through their stories, you remember imagination. You remember when everything was possible. Stories heal because they show us we are not alone. Words heal because they give shape to shapeless feelings. Someone says exactly what you could not express. And suddenly, the weight becomes lighter because it has a name. The book you return to when everything feels heavy. The conversation you replay when doubt visits. The poem someone sent when you could not get out of bed. These words become medicine, not because they fix anything, because they sit with you while you fix yourself. They keep you company in the waiting rooms of healing. Every story you hear changes you slightly. Every word you share creates ripples. We are all writing the world together, one sentence at a time. Your story matters, even the quiet parts, even the ordinary chapters. Someone needs to hear exactly what you have lived. Someone needs your words to heal. Someone needs your story to teach them what no classroom could. This exchange of stories, this sharing of words, this is how we help each other home. If this story touched something in you, let it stay with you for a moment. If you would like to help this quiet space grow, you can leave a small comment below. Sometimes one simple comment is all it takes to keep a story alive. And if you feel like supporting more stories like this, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you can imagine.